Overland Q&A, Episode 2. I promised to have a couple of ladies on the show, but before we introduce you to them, let's listen to what Chris and James have to say about corruption and border crossing in Africa.
I have to say I was worried about that before we went, and I spoke to a lot of people, did a bit of research, and it varies. Some people say take a packet of cigarettes on the dashboard, other people say keep $10 but keep your big money in other wallets. Other people say I never pay bribes. And so I thought, well, I'm never going to pay bribes. And on our very first day, the car arrived, off we went into central Kenya, and we got stopped for speeding, and I knew I wasn't, and I refused to pay a bribe, and a couple of hours later was in jail. And I'm thinking, I think I underestimated this trip. $10
packet of cigarettes,
yeah,
jail.
Exactly. So I think a lot depends on the context. You've got to figure out who it is that's asking.
Yeah.
We had what I now call a bribe fridge in the front of the car, where it always had cold Cokes, and often that would be enough.
I think before we started our trip, I'm lucky enough that I've got friends with certain people, and Kingsley Holgate is a friend of my family, and he passed on a piece of information to me, and the thing he said to me was, Chris, it's very simple. When you're on a holiday for 3 weeks and you're going to Mozambique, you're pushing for the destination, you've got to get there, so you're willing to pay that bribe. But when you're on a trip that's a year, if you prove to someone that you have more time than them, you will win.
Yes.
And so in the tricky situations, wait it out.
Border crossings.
Border crossings is massive. You know, we spent 2 days in a Congo border, camped inside the immigration. My tent opened onto the stairs of the immigration. We eventually got let off at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a day and a half later. We paid a hell of a lot less than we were meant to pay, and we got away with it. And that's all I can advise, is that it goes for the driving, it goes for the cops, it goes for everything. Guys, time is on your side. Use it.
Yeah, they expect you to be aggressive. Open up a book
and what you said.
Drives them mad.
Cap off, sunglasses off, hand out the window. Hey, my friend, how are you doing? I'm so happy I found you. Why are you so happy? I need petrol badly. Next thing he's explaining where the petrol station is and you've gone, and he's still standing there going, I think he's taken my wallet.
Let me introduce the ladies to you. Amanda, Chris's wife, from Off the Grid, traveled through Africa, 14 months, 39 odd countries, wealth of experience. Standing in with her today will be Adronette, my wife, who you've met and know in the show. Privacy, right? Can we get the privacy thing out of the way? Because I think that's the biggest issue why ladies won't go and camp, is because I don't have privacy.
Well, there are a lot of options for privacy, like this beautiful quick pitch.
Thanks for the.
We didn't have that. We had nothing. I had no privacy when I was showering, and I think that you just kind of grow stones, and you will shower wherever, you will go to the bathroom wherever. You get comfortable with it. There's always going to be people around, unfortunately. Unless you want to shower at night and it's freezing cold, there are going to be people watching you. So wear a sports bra and some shorts or something.
Or bikini.
A bikini, but you get used to it. Now, if we did it, we would probably use something like that, and it would be 100 times better. The couple that we traveled with, they had a beautiful shower, beautiful curtain. It was like showering at home. So there are options, but I think you do get used to it.
Now, I've obviously had the privilege now for the last couple of months, or 2 months now, to have the quick pitch. But before that, we used to always have the pop-up that we were used to shower in. Obviously, always my baby to fold it up and to get it back into the bag, because Sean wouldn't touch it.
Goes straight on the fire.
Then
It doesn't fit in the bag.
it does. We've always been lucky to have the little fold-up toilets that we've used. Unfortunately, that tore the other day, so we can't find the same toilet right now. I've also thought of little ideas, you know, the screens that you get that's got the poles in them that just rolls up, the wind deflectors or whatever it's called. I've even thought of having one made that's just small enough to put around you if you're in a space where it's open and you don't have trees around or whatever, because that does happen. especially in the Middle East. It happens. There's nothing. If you can't find a dune, there's no trees. So, long skirts. So yeah, I've never found it difficult, I must be honest. Like I say, showering, if you have to and you're struggling, put a bikini on, take the sprayer, wash down, and hope, chase everybody away. And yeah, I don't know, there's ways around it. There's definitely ways around it. I don't know, I've never struggled with that, to be honest.
I did a lot more up until Kenya.
Until she broke the roof rack.
Well, that happened, and then I was a little hesitant. But I was driving in Kenya, and at the roadblock, the police officer, he took my license, and then he was asking for an international driver's license, which I couldn't find. And in the confusion, I never got my actual driver's license back. And my international driver's license was from 2010, so it was very much expired. I had to change the date because Chris actually did not get a visa for Morocco. So I drove with my mom Mauritania, Western Sahara, Morocco for 2.5 weeks and met him in Madrid. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, my mom and I did a good portion, well, a good chunk of the trip of Western Africa. Yeah, especially breaking down in the Atlas Mountains with no phone.
Oh, no.
It was great.
That's it for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. As of next week, we're going to start answering the questions you've been sending to me on email. So keep the questions coming in. I will keep on trying to get as many experts that are available in the region to give you the best advice for your questions. So we'll catch you next week. I hope you're enjoying it. Remember, if it's dusty, drive it.